Before they pursued their solo careers and halted group activities, each of the Blackpink members had their own brand identities curated for them either by YG or the public and their fans. Jennie was viewed as the company favorite. She got the best outfits, better brand deals, better promo, and for a long time, she was the only member who had a solo song. Lisa, on the other hand, was seen as the company's least favorite. She was the mistreated one. Being that she was the only foreigner out of the group, fans felt that the company was somehow being xenophobic towards her. She got the worst outfits and barely got pushed as much as the other members, despite being the member with the most international fans. But because of how she continued to rise, despite all these instances of sabotage, she got labeled as the underdog of the group. Jisoo was Korea's favorite. Her image was the cleanest, she didn't get into any scandals, and she matched Korea's beauty standards. Not to mention that even though Jennie and Rosé were both Korean, Jisoo was the only one who was fully raised in Korea, which meant that Koreans definitely loved her, and YG didn't waste any time to take advantage of that. She got pushed as MC for music shows as well as year-end award shows. So yeah, she was Korea's princess in a way. And then we have Rosé. I know her fans will disagree with me, but she was kind of the most overlooked member. Unlike Jennie and Lisa, she wasn't talked about a lot. Some might say that she was the artist of the group because she talked about writing songs and played the guitar, but I honestly think they said that because that was the only thing left that they could brand her with. To be honest, she felt like the boring member of the group. There wasn't much attention given towards her, both by the fans and the company. You could say she had a clean image, but I think that was mostly because nobody bothered enough to go digging up something. Like, this girl had a whole relationship with another idol, and the only reason we know is because she had to tell us about it in an interview. To give you a comparison, Lisa and Jennie were always trending because of relationship rumors, just because they wore a certain shirt or a specific piece of jewelry. Heck, even Jisoo got exposed for being in a relationship with some muscle builder and it made news. I mean, Rosé did have some dating rumors back then, but they barely got much attention. If you're a K-pop idol, especially from a big group, and your dating rumors don't make the news, then it means people aren't interested in you enough. And even when she had a solo debut while still being active as Blackpink, the songs performed well on the charts, but people forgot about it pretty quickly. Lisa's debut had completely overshadowed hers in the charts and in terms of virality. So again, when all four members terminated their solo contracts, not many people were looking at what Rosé was doing. All the attention was focused on Lisa and Jennie. At least that was where my attention was. I even remember seeing Rosé and Bruno teasing about their new song together and not being interested at all. Even after I listened to the song, I really didn't think much of it since it's not the type of song I normally listen to. But the song ended up being a huge hit anyway, way bigger than anyone could have ever predicted. In terms of popularity, APT was almost just as big as Dynamite and Gangnam Style. Basically, APT was everywhere. Everyone was singing it, especially the kids. And Rose didn't just sit in the background and let the song carry itself. She was constantly promoting it, going on interviews, performing everywhere she could. She made sure that everyone knew her name along with the song. She made sure everyone knew that it was her song that was going viral. Her hard work was finally starting to pay off. She was no longer the overlooked member of Blackpink. She was now the most successful and popular member. With APT, she managed to scoop up 3 Grammy nominations and other various big-name awards, not to mention all the records she broke in Spotify and YouTube. In a way, Rosé became the true underdog, going from being the most overlooked member to the member that surpassed all expectations. But there was one problem, though. APT gave her the push needed to start her global stardom, but was it enough to keep her at that status? We got the answer pretty quickly once Rosé released her album, Rosie. People expected her new songs to perform, if not as good as APT, then at least get half the attention. I'm not saying that the songs were bad. In fact, I highly doubt Rosé has any bad song, especially not in terms of lyrics. The album was pretty good and received high ratings from various critics. However, getting good reviews doesn't guarantee that the songs would go viral. Her fans loved the songs, but that's as far as the album's reach went, much with the general public, like how APT did. Which brings me to the main topic of this video. Why didn't Rosé's other songs not perform as well as APT? I have a theory, and I'm going to share it with you. A lot of people are quick to say that the song only got popular because of Bruno Mars's influence. He is already a big name artist, especially in the West, and almost every song he's in goes viral. It's obvious to see why people would assume this, but I don't think it's that simple. APT is Rosé's song in the sense that she is the main writer and it was her idea. There would be no APT without Rosé. Mars is as big of an artist as he is now. In fact, I would say he's one of the few pop musicians who figured out the formula to make a song go viral. He knows how to make a song catchy and easy on the ears, that any random person on the street would vibe with it, no context whatsoever. And I feel that you can see his influence in APT. APT might be Rosé's song, but it's definitely different from her other songs. It's upbeat, the lyrics are super repetitive and catchy, and the overall vibe of the song is super happy and cheerful. It's the kind of song you'd play in a function or event to lighten up the mood and ease up the tension. Rosé's other songs, however, have a serious and heavy tone. They're about heartbreak and toxic relationships. The vibes are giving sad girl who just wants to be loved back. APT was basically the odd one out. During one of the numerous promo interviews, she ended up playing the demo version, the version without Bruno. And let me tell you, you can hear the difference. One thing that I feel is really limiting Rose and her music from reaching more audiences is her lyricism. It's too heavy on the ears to the point it makes someone feel overwhelmed. Like, unless you're a hardcore fan of hers, it's going to be really hard to enjoy her music. Not to mention, a lot of artists nowadays are releasing music based on heartbreak, romance, and relationship insecurities. From older artists like Taylor Swift to newer ones like Olivia Rodrigo, among other upcoming artists, it's an oversaturated market. If she wants to stand out, then she needs to do something different. Otherwise, she's going to end up a niche art music. Visually, she had changed her branding, and I expected the music to have also changed. But as we know now, Rosé's music is still somehow the same. It's what you would expect from the Rosé who was still at YG, but with a little bit more freedom. But then again, maybe that's what Rosé wants. Maybe she doesn't want to compromise her artistry for the sake of reaching a larger audience. And if that's the case, then there's really no problem. I mean, this is the same person who prefers to wear basic and bland outfits at red carpets. So maybe she prefers her songs the same way she prefers her outfits.